This video will be a bit challenging for some people out there. Here it is. For many years in the western part of the world, we've been taught and we have gracefully embraced the truth that in order to make it in life, you have to obsess with winning. You have to come up with a particular vision as to where you want to go. And you have to obsess day and night with that particular vision. That's what we've been taught and that's what we've embraced. But when you look closely, you're going to see that while many people are indeed making it to the top and they are quote and unquote succeeding, there are many other ugly truths beyond them that no one is willing to discuss. Obsession is like going to the gym and saying, I am only going to focus on my biceps and nothing else. To obsess with my biceps, I'm going to obsess with my biceps, and this is going to be the one key muscle that's going to get all my attention, and I'm going to forget everything else. As I'm doing that, what's going to happen is there's going to be a process of atrophy when it comes to all the other parts of my body, because soon or later I'll start skipping leg days and I'm going to start skipping other days for other parts of my body, because my sole obsession would be my biceps. And when you translate this truth to the corporate life, the business life, or the community life, you're going to see the ugly truth that no one is willing to talk about. That yes, they are succeeding. Yes, they are driving fancy cars. Yes, they are living in fancy homes and mansions. Yes, they are able to afford a first-class trips on with the family every time they want. Yes, they can hire a private jet to take them wherever they want. But what they're not telling you is, in order for us to reach this particular place, we had to drop someone. We had to sacrifice someone. And when I say sacrifice, I'm not talking about anything spiritual or crazy, trying to put someone on the altar and burn them. That's not what I'm talking about. You have to sacrifice another priority. You have to sacrifice someone who was there in your life begging for your attention and who had the right to expect you to be present, but you had to sacrifice this person. You had to sacrifice in some situation these people, because your only obsession was with success at all costs. And this is something key that we have to finally consider. As a successful person, yes, you are going to help the local economy. Yes, you are going to help make things happen. Yes, you are going to be helping the economy by helping them increase the GDP of your country, creating job opportunities for other people. Overall, the countries are made stronger. Yes. But at what cost? That is the question that we have to consider. And if we keep working like this, what's going to be the outcome result for our legacy and the people coming after us? That's the key question we have to consider. In China right now, there is a culture that is known as the 996. What is this culture about? It's simply the culture that says that you are going to go to work from 9 a.m. in the morning and stay there until 9 p.m. in the evening. You're gonna work 12 hours on your shift. It's not going to be 3 days like we'll do sometime in North America and then take a couple of days or maybe 3 days off. No, it's not going to be 4 days and then as we do in North America and then take 3 days off. No, in China, most workplaces expect you to show up at 9 o'clock in the morning, and of course it's illegal because legally speaking they will not enforce things like this. But employers will expect you to stay from 9 a.m. in the morning until 9 p.m. Not just once, not just twice, not just 3 times a week, but 6 times a week. And this is the reason why they call it the 996 culture. Many workers, especially in the tech industry, are going through right now an emotional and sometimes physical burnout. Those who are waking up, guess what? They are slowly but surely quitting this culture and starting something completely new, because they says, what's the point of working, making all this extra money, but at the end of the day not be able to enjoy the money and not be able to enjoy the very people that we're supposed to be making all this money for? I can see my family, so what's the point of making all this money? My family can see me, so what's the point of leaving money on the table to attend to all this business? I'm buying these fancy cars, but I can't even enjoy the fancy car. And that's the reality that many people right now are waking up to in China. Why am I talking about this? Because in 1960, there was a gentleman by the name of Paul J. Meyer. He came up with an amazing and brilliant idea. He called it simply the wheel of life. In his brilliant way of thinking is simply saying, yes, we have to have a wheel of life that we have to divide in different parts and look at the different parts and see how well we are doing on a scale of 1 to 10, how well we are doing when it comes to the different part of our life. And this wheel of life is supposed to give us an insight into what we are currently doing and what we need to adjust as far as our next step are concerned, because overall we are striving for balance. The idea was brilliant, and the idea is familiar with most people, but on a day-to-day basis, many people simply forget this idea and simply become over-obsessed with this one particular idea, and in the end up achieving something completely different. And for today, I would like just to take the time to simply say, yes, obsession is great, but unhealthy obsession can lead to unhealthy result. So instead of talking about unhealthy obsession, we have to talk about something more compatible with what we're trying to achieve in life, which is simply healthy or moderate obsession. Let me just give you a very simple framework that you can consider when it comes to making change in your life and start seeing different results as far as your own life is concerned. I will simply call it SURE framework, or SURE. Let's start with the first one, S. What does S stand for? I will simply say start from the end. And when I say start from the end, this is going to be very challenging, so please bear with me. Close your eye for a moment. Now, picture yourself in the hospital or in a retirement home, and you know without a doubt that within the next few hours, that's it, you're going to meet your maker. Within the next few minutes, that's it, you're going to have to say goodbye to the people on this side of the world. And you are now looking back at your life, all the steps that have taken you where you are right now. The key question that you have to ask yourself now is, are you proud of the overall picture that you have painted? And more specifically, when it comes to the wheel of life, and how much time you have allocated to each aspect of your life, are you proud of the overall result that you are leaving for the next generation to consider? The legacy you're leaving behind for the next generation to consider. At 30 seconds just to consider the answer for yourself. Now, I'm going to count from 10 to 1, and I'm going to kindly ask you to open your eyes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Where do you see yourself? In which part of the mountaintop did you see yourself? Did you see yourself on the mountaintop celebrating all your achievement as far as your past life is concerned? Or do you see certain patches or certain dark spots or certain places that could have been made cleaner as far as your life is concerned? My focus was all over the place. In other words, I was insanely obsessed with one particular aspect of my life. And because of that, I ended up sacrificing a few people in my life in order to achieve success. As basically sacrifice their life, I stopped seeing them. I stopped giving them the attention that they so deserve in order for me to make it in life. Yes, I was able to achieve financial success. I was able to be recognized by my peers, and all this accolade and all these trophies and all this paper, I was able to bring it back to my home. But these people, they never got to spend time with me, and I've sacrificed them, and I'm not very proud of myself. Don't be too hard on yourself. This is simply the culture that we live in. Awareness is the beginning of change. Awareness is the beginning of a breakthrough. So as you actually going through this framework, as we simply start with the end in mind, you simply go now to move to the next level, which is simply you. You, for right, you have now to find a way to uproot yourself from certain environment that actually causing you to think in a faulty manner, causing you to believe that success can only be achieved by developing this sense of insane and unhealthy obsession with one particular goal or one particular aspect of your life. Number two. Number three, you have to simply go to you. Second, you, which is simply you, for upskilling. You have to find a way to acquire new skill that's going to allow for you now to live life on a different dimension. By upskilling, that means you simply have to go, maybe consider taking some virtual classes, online classes, maybe going back to school to learn some new skills, taking some training, so on and so forth, to take you from where you are in right now to the next level. Because chances are the skills that made you successful at this particular level will not help you when it comes to the next level that you want to reach. So you have to upskill yourself, you have to upgrade yourself, and as you upgrade yourself, what's going to happen is you are going to remain now relevant not only to the organization, because now they're going to see an upgraded version of yourself, but also to your loved ones that basically have been waiting to see your next version manifested. R for what's simply redistribution. You have to now redistribute your weight equally amongst all the other aspects of your life that have been left abandoned so far. You have to now find a way to spend enough time with each aspect of your life so that you can now create a sense of balance across the line. That's R. Last but not least, you have to go back and rediscover your own edge, because if you made it so far, you made it to the mountaintop, chances are you know how to actually work at a particular level. But now what you have to do is you have to simply find a way to create an edge on this wheel of balance. And what you have to do is you have to create around you a sense of corporate accountability, a source of a social accountability with the people around you. You have to let them know that yes, this is the will of life as it stands right now, and this is now the vision I have as far as the future is concerned. I would like to spend more time in other areas of my life, and I would like for you to hold me accountable when it comes to how I'm spending my life moving forward. They'll be more than willing to actually help you as far as this new vision of yourself is concerned. As you're doing that, the next thing you have to consider is probably finding someone who can give you a professional feedback. I would simply say consider a coach. Chances you need to consider also a psychotherapist. You have to consider maybe a psychologist or someone who can help you make sense of your behavior so far, because you are not your behavior, that is true, but you have to figure out for yourself what has caused you or what has driven you to be so obsessed over one aspect of your life at the expense of every other part of your life, because your behavior is simply the tip of the iceberg. And in order for you to have a comprehensive understanding of where you are, you have to have a clear vision as to what iceberg has been basically standing in the way. Because until and unless you came to a clear and comprehensive understanding of what this iceberg is all about, my friend, you are bound to repeat the same behavior over and over again. And before you know it, this video will be simply one of the videos that you enjoy but didn't yield any type of tangible result as far as your life is concerned. And as far as you and I are concerned, what we want is awareness. We also want traction as far as next steps are concerned. If you've been enjoying this video, please make sure to share it with as many people as possible. And of course, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that next time we put together a video, you can be amongst the first one to see it. Alright, now back to our presentation. Again, S-U-U-R-E. Start from the end, approach yourself, upskill your skills, redistribute your weight, and last but not least, make sure you find your edge. Create a sense of accountability around you, not just with your family and your friends. People can actually be nice to you, but also with someone who's professionally trained to help you go from where we are right now all the way to the next step and hold you by the hand, and more specifically hold you accountable when it comes to what you have now to achieve as far as your next level is concerned. All right, much love everyone. I'm going to stop right here. The best is yet to come, but in order for the best we manifest, in order for you to flip the next level, you have to be intentional when it comes to how you are living your life right now. Because like as I keep saying, success is not about a macro momentum that's going to happen at one point in your life. It's about macro momentum that you're going to create as far as your journey is concerned. All right, much love, take good care, I'm out.